Hello, I am going over a recent game of mine on my way to 1000 ELO, and I'm trying to learn the stockfish lines, how to play the black pieces, and try and get a good position in the beginning of the game. I feel like I always struggle with the black pieces, and if you struggle with the black pieces too, check out my videos where I'm going over the stockfish lines and the beginnings um, of these setups, and maybe they'll help you too. But anyways, let's get to the game. And in this game, I got the black pieces, and we just start off normal moves. And he is playing the Ponziani. Whenever they move this pawn up, it's the Ponziani. And about the only thing I know about that is that I need to move this pawn up. Uh, that's what Stockfish likes. But beyond that, Um, I don't know the right lines. So I was just trying to respond to with what he throws at me because he probably knows the lines a little bit better than I do. Um, but I just knew it was good for me. So let's just keep moving on. And he moved his pawn up, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should push or take, um, but I feel like I should do something. And I calculated, okay, if I take here, he takes here. Okay, if I take here, he takes there. I would take his queen and make his king recapture and making his king stuck in the center. I knew it wouldn't be bad, and so I just went with that. And I might try and do this for the time being until I actually go more in depth into the Ponziani, which I do hope to do in the next couple of weeks. And then I don't have to play this line anymore. So he took, forcing moves, and I should actually have um, another Stockfish video out about the uh, Gioco Pianissimo lines pretty soon. So keep your eyes out for that. Um, and so I just bring my bishop out, pin the king again, um, and yeah, just go for that. And then yeah, I knew if I castled long that it would deliver a check, give me a little bit of a tempo on him. And then also if he moves his king over another square, I might have some ideas of trying to deliver checkmate here as long as that bishop is removed. So uh, just try and put my pieces on good squares, try not to blunder anything. Um, get some pieces off the board, just try and do some normal type moves. Um, and I wanted to block that uh, that rook from attacking, so I just moved my knight here to help defend against it and position myself well. And then this knight can also hop into the square to attack that bishop and and also that pawn. So, but it's also guarded by that other bishop currently. So just trying to double up my rooks. Um, I was thinking of trying to bring the rooks down here, cause some mayhem, but the bishops are covering all the squares that I'd want to bring my rooks to. So it's not too effective right there. So yeah, so we just kind of go on, and I thought using this pawn to kind of attack that bishop is good because it connects everything and forces the bishop to move. And he moved back, which I did feel like it was a bad move because it it's really restricted. It's not really doing anything over here unless if they do some sort of a sacrifice. Because yeah, it's just looking into like concrete and then to reposition it uh, from here, it's like really almost impossible. So now if I move my knight, like let's say up here, I can think about maybe trying to get a pawn up here or some sort of trapping of that bishop, which is looking very likely. So uh, I thought, well, that will happen eventually. Just trying to create threats, trying to do like a fork on the king and rook. Um, he saw that, he blocked it, but by moving the rook over also allows a trade, um, and also good to deliver a check when you can, force the king over. Um, but I didn't want to give up my rook pair quite yet. I was hoping to knock out that bishop first, um, but that square is also protected by the knight. I So I took the bishop, and he took my rook, and which I was pretty happy about because I knew I could win material because uh, with taking this bishop, it puts the king in check. So he has to respond to that immediately. So take the bishop with check, and then I can recapture. Um, and yeah, so that's what I did. And he moved his king, and I delivered another check. Um, and I knew mate was really really close, but that knight was blocking the square. Um, so I felt like I needed to take that pawn. What I probably should have done is move my bishop up here and then attack the knight, and then thrown my uh, rook up to the first rank there. But I was thinking just try and trade down everything, um, and I didn't want to get back rank mated either. Uh, at the time, it seemed kind of scary, and wanted to fend against it, and I just wanted to trade everything down I could. Um, so just kind of move some of the pieces around a little bit, and I wanted to put pressure on um, by moving that pawn up. Um, so he had to respond to it, trying to create some pass pawns. He checked me, and that it took me a second to realize, hey, I could just take that knight as a free knight. And sometimes it's just hard to see those backward knight moves. He probably didn't really calculate that either. So I was happy to see that I didn't just move the king out of the way, that I could just take the free knight. And um, I was able to come back up, defend the pawn, and um, I felt uh, like his king was kind of trapped on this side of the board. Everything I had was protected. These two pawns were stacked up next to each other, um, and being blocked by the knight. Like nothing on this side of the board, on that king side of the board, he couldn't do anything with. And I felt like I was going to either force him to move the king or the pawns. Either way, um, I was sitting pretty good. So he moved, I captured, he recaptured, and just moving some of the pawns. Thought I'd capture one of his pawns. And since he moved his king away from the pawn, I thought, hey, I can just promote. So um, that's what I was going to do, but he resigned. So all in all, I feel like it was a pretty good game, and we can just go over to the game review. It says I played like an 85.9, or I had about 85.9% accuracy, and I love the fact I didn't have any blunders, misses, or mistakes. That's pretty big for me. Um, and I figure if I can keep doing that, I should be able to get up to 1,000 ELO uh, pretty soon, and maybe even 1,500 ELO soon. A lot of games says that I play like a 1550 or 1,500, so I'm hoping if that's true, maybe I can uh, get up there somewhat fast. But it says I played the opening with 97% accuracy, um, and the end game with 91. But I still wonder, and they played it opening with 97.5 accuracy. I just wonder at what point does chess.com identify like the end of the opening to when the middle game happens. I know that the definition is very kind of wishy-washy on when that actually begins. Um, they say the opening, like some people say that the opening ends when all the pieces get developed off their starting squares, like until the king is castled or whatnot. But um, it'd be kind of nice to know what chess.com's definitive opening, what they consider the opening to be. And I figure I had the opening pretty well, um, maybe even better than a 97%. But I guess just kind of go with it, and hopefully that turns into like a 99% on every single game, and maybe I can improve my middle game somewhere in there. Anyways, until next game, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Take care.